Diamond at open mic.
Oh, yeah.
You see that YouTube video?
You saw that, man.
You just haze Neil Diamond.
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
just
That's
rips
like a bar.
It's like a bar. Rips the guitar.
He was
mid
like
song.
getting into the turnaround on Sweet
Did
Caroline.
they fight a little
He just
bit?
gets his
Yeah,
legs.
I guess the guy got it in like a little tussle.
It's
Yeah.
not cool, man.
No, that's not cool.
Do not disrespect Neil Diamond like that.
I know.
I love how you all just kind of stop for a second.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Hey, I know this.
Yeah, we know this one.
It's weird to hear yourself on the radio, but good weird, not like that one cousin who tries to kiss you. Amber, you are hilarious.
There you go, visitor.
Oh, hi. Hi, guys.
What are they doing?
Hi. Say hi to the kids, everybody.
Hey kids.
You want to stand up and say hello?
I can't.
Okay, that's all right. It's all right.
We were kind of cementing
Hey,
our
guys.
position, spreading out.
Are you helping me? Stop.
If I had more time, I would show you the studio.
Jesus.
Hey, guys.
You can't say that, dude.
We are a friendly community here, damn it.
Freaking friendly.
You will say that.
Don't you take this from me, Seth. Actually, yeah, go ahead. Take it.
Alright. I definitely have a face for radio opposed to the TV. We're on the TV.
I agree.
Yeah.
You're so handsome.
We're on the TV this week, aren't we?
We are
Yeah,
on
we
the
are going to be
TV.
on the TV this week.
Do you think
On
Dan?
the
Do
tube.
you
I've
think
been,
Dan and I
I've been
should?
kind of low key about that. Like I know.
Do you think we should dress like Mario and Luigi or something?
Oh, that would be it.
That'd be pretty great.
Or like the
This is all be
Only if
Mario.
I can be Princess Peach.
I'll be Wario.
Oh, I'm
You
serious.
look like a good White House on
Yeah, I'll get the
He
mustache.
can be Toad. You still the dress. You still the
Turd
dress
can
for
be
the
good.
Pioneer show that one time. He wants to be princess.
Huh?
Nothing. Go back to bed, Terry.
Okay, so I've got an audio recording going. I've got live streaming. The video, which we'll have to see, it should turn out okay. Lots of pictures. I'll do some handheld video if that doesn't bother you guys.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You get it all. God willing, there's at least a couple of things you can use.
We trust your
But-
professional judgment.
Oh Lord, don't do that. But even if it's just a few photos, the light in the hallway was really good. But you're welcome to use that stuff in any way, shape, form that you like. You're the artist, it belongs to you.
Thank you.
The only thing I ask is that we could use some of the photos or use some of the audio and things,
Absolutely.
on our own blog and stuff like that.
Of course.
Well, but if for any reason you want us to take it down, you don't have to tell us why. You just have to tell us that you would like this taken down. We take it down within 24 to 48 hours, no questions asked. I don't expect anyone's going to reveal any deep, dark secrets on the air, but you never know.
Stranger Things. Hey.
I don't know, man.
I'd like to retract
You unzip me.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody listening is really ever heard this.
I know. No one's ever heard this song.
Well, my parents have.
Yeah.
Chuck has.
People in the studio probably
Yeah, some
have.
people in the
David,
studio,
Settle,
sure, yeah.
you did before.
People can see us live.
But yeah. We've kept this pretty.
Is that your water?
It is. I haven't opened it
This
yet.
is mine.
You can have it.
Any questions or concerns? Everybody good?
No.
Now
I
might
have
be
a
a really...
lot of questions and concerns, but we can talk about them later.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. There's a lot to be worried about.
Yeah, nothing that you can really help me with.
Although I always do this at the last minute. If you got to go to the bathroom, now would be too late.
There's empty water bottles.
So everybody make sure you take that extra long
That
drink of water.
Gatorade bottle's the best. You're probably not allowed using the bushes, right?
I would not recommend it. Their cameras all
Yeah, there were
over.
kids there earlier too. That'd be a bad situation.
Well, I mean, college towns, usually after sun goes down, it's a common thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say anything bad about our students. I'm just going to say that we are a fine college community.
You just have to pay $150 or so to use the outside facility.
So it's a moneymaker for the university? I had no idea.
Everybody wins.
Okay, here we go.
They don't flush though, that's kind of a rip-off. $150.
Still water from Age Nowhere here on your Tuesday afternoon alternative. Great stuff. Brand new music from their Airport Sounds record, which is coming out really soon. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. And we have all the guys here in the studio. Y'all want to say hi and introduce yourselves?
What's up, everybody?
Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody.
I'm Paul. This is Age Nowhere. Everybody, say your name.
Matt and Bass, Age Nowhere.
Your name's Matt Bass?
Yeah.
My name. I was Matt Spaugy.
And Dan Spaugy.
Seth Gilliam.
He's our drummer. We're kind of all in this room, and we found a way to get up to the microphone, so we're not going to move too much around.
We have our acoustical instruments.
We brought acoustical
Got in the
instruments today.
woodshed today.
Well, I saw the picture, I think, that Dan shared on what, Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, both, I think.
So you're listening to your Tuesday afternoon alternative, and we're welcoming Age Nowhere to the studio. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Well, thanks for having us today.
So I just think we should just jump right into a tune.
Okay.
All right.
This is the first one on our new album. This is called "There's a War." 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Satellites were peeking through the pipes. Everyone I know was either passed out or getting high. But everybody heard the sound that night. We had nowhere to hide. We had nowhere to hide.
awesome. I love that. Your voice has such a neat texture to it, Paul.
Well, thanks.
I love that voice. So this, if you're just joining us, this is music from our good friends Age Nowhere, who have a new record coming out really soon called Airport Sounds. We are super excited about having them here in the studio. And of course, they're all such fine gentlemen. If you've got questions for them, just let us know on our website. We have a live Facebook stream going that's tied to my personal account where you can reach us. If you can't see what's happening right now, they are remarkably good at passing one guitar from the next person. The Spaugy boys are incredibly good at handing guitars to one another.
Sorry,
Yeah.
So I just gotta ask, I know many people know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. The name comes from a very popular song here in Dayton.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to tell like the story of kind of where, like, how we got this name. This album has been, or that album, Whole Hog for the Macho Jesus, has been on my short list of all-time favorites ever since I really got into it. I was handed a copy by a friend of mine back in 2009, several years after it came out, and it just stuck kind of over time. And I had it in my car right before I moved back to Ohio 2 years ago. We ended up starting this band, and I listened to it. It was just on one day, and it just kind of struck me that it'd be a kind of an interesting thing to call a band. It's just the repetition at the end of the song.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, life's a pretty awkward thing in a lot of ways. I've always loved the imagery in that song, and I mean, obviously just the performance of it. The whole record's just great. So just to pay homage of to Dayton's scene, and kind of pay tribute to something that really affected me as a writer and the formation of this band.
And how did you guys all come together?
Well, long story short, Matt and Dan and I have known each other for actually a little bit more than 20 years now. We were next door neighbors as kids, and grew up as close friends. They've obviously known each other since birth. They share identical DNA.
Different dads,
They're cousins with a genetic flaw.
I'm just joking. I think we're the same one.
And Matt, Terry, and I met in grade school. We went to middle school together in Vandalia. We rode the bus to school together by the airport, and we met Seth through the scene here. So Seth actually just joined the band about 4 or 5 months ago. He's in another band with Dan, Seth Gilliam and the Fake News.
Yeah.
They do lounge songs.
Sometimes.
What are you saying?
They do lounge music.
They do lounge music. But yeah, they're really good. So yeah, this is kind of a lifetime in the making in a lot of ways.
So what are your influences?
Oh man.
Yeah, you want to get up on it?
Or is that like a per person kind of question?
Yeah, we could.
There's some common ground, but everybody has some differences as well, I would say.
Yeah, I guess a lot of it really starts with a lot of the classic rock from when we were younger. We got into that, and then for me at least, it's been kind of a research mission of where that originated from, which has led to classic country and blues and folk music and whatnot, which has also led to digging record bins for countless hours to find everything. So, but yeah.
What about the band as a whole, or you in particular, Paul?
Well, I don't know. Like the band, kind of the vision of this band is to really, I guess, kind of embrace the diversity of Americana. Americana can be a lot of different things in a given moment, and as kind of a group of music, it provides us a platform to play rock and roll, to play country, to play blues, to play folk music, and we really, I think, embrace kind of the shape-shifting aspect of that, and that's really something that's like fun about this band. And for me, I'm really heavily influenced by the classic rock stuff, of course, like he was mentioning. All the Beatles and the Stones and the Zeppelins and the Sabbaths, and even AC/DC and the harder stuff, and I like the psychedelic stuff from that era. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more into the I guess you'd call it the psychedelic country and the
Byrds,
the Burriddo Brothers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Wilco, of course.
of course, yeah. Then you get into the alt country stuff,
Yeah.
all the Sunvolt and the Jayhawks and.
Yeah, I'm a big Jayhawks fan. We've talked about that. Dr. J and I had before.
Guilty. I'm guilty.
From where
Yeah.
you're from. Yeah,
The drive-by truckers were huge.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jason Isbell. Yeah, that whole offshoot of that, and also like really like the '90s stuff, because that's kind of when we grew up. We grew up with the Chili Peppers and Green
Nirvana,
Day,
Pearl Jam,
Nirvana,
Soundgarden.
the Temple Pilots, all the the old grunge stuff, and the stuff that offshot of that, and some. Yeah, I mean it's just a crazy mixture of stuff. A big bowl of mashed potatoes, and stew, and all kinds of fixins.
So it's basically musical soup is what we're talking about, or musical
Jambalaya.
stew. You're listening to your Tuesday afternoon alternative here on WUDR, Dayton, Ohio. A rock in the Gem City, music in all directions. Most importantly for us, support your local music scene. We're here with Age Nowhere, who have a terrific new record, Airport Sounds, coming out. When's the release show?
The release show is this Saturday.
At the Yellow Cab Tavern.
Yellow Cab Tavern in Dayton. We have pre-sale tickets on right now. You can go to the event page on Facebook, or you can go to agenowhere.com. There's a big link right at the top of agenowhere.com. They'll take you over to Eventbrite and get a pre-sale ticket. They're going $7 right now. It's going to be $10 at the door. We have Charlie and Amanda Jackson kicking things off. Music starts at 7 o'clock. It's right there on the poster. We aren't lying.
So get there promptly.
Yeah, get your dinner ate and get over to the Yellow Cab Tavern, and Charlie and Amanda Jackson will start things off. And we got our very own Seth Gilliam and the Fake News featuring Dan Spaugy playing a set, and we got the New Old Fashioned. They're gonna throw down, and we have to follow them. So I guess we better bring the guitars,
Yep. Miller High Life sponsoring the event, so there'll be
In
plenty
an
of
unofficial sense.
there'll be plenty of that there. Plenty of champagne.
We should probably tell
So
Mark.
will there be cake? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we can get one song. We can arrange
No,
that.
do not do that. So we're just sitting here in the studio having fun, talking about Age Nowhere and their music, and of course the release show this Saturday at the Yellow Cab Tavern, which we all should go to. I'm just saying, and you get a deal up until March 22nd at 11:59 p.m. So get your tickets early. Get those tickets early. Can we get another tune from you guys?
Of course, yeah. This is another one off the album. This is called Misery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sunken tears and shallow smoke follow her everywhere she goes. She's got a song she sings, she says her old drunk daddy wrote. And I could probably sing it note for note. Sure as she sings that old soul sound, she is the darling of this town. Dearest Misery, won't you come back home with me? Won't you come back home with me? Bad ideas and misread cues, 2 reasons that I sing the blues. She's got a temper on her and she runs on a short hot fuse. Either way I go, I'm gonna lose. 'Cause soon as she swings that hammer down,
you'll be the darling of this town. Dearest misery, won't you come back home with me? Won't you come back home with me?
Age Nowhere here on your Tuesday afternoon alternative, playing Misery from their new record Airport Sounds. They're all over social media. Facebook, Instagram. Are you guys on Twitter too?
Oh, we are. We never tweet them.
Oh, okay. That one I was less curious.
I got the
Sorry,
handle
less
just to
certain
make
about.
sure, but yeah, I don't think we've ever tweeted.
You should. You got to reach the people, Paul.
We reach the
You'd be a
people
great
through
tweeter.
Facebook, Instagram. We got a new SoundCloud we just put up. We got a Bandcamp. We actually have a website, agenowhere.com, where we're going to be having our merch for sale. We're going to be on Spotify and iTunes. We already are with our single, but the whole album is going to magically appear on everything on Saturday. It's pretty cool.
So tell us about making the record.
Oh gosh. Yeah, 2017 October. We went in for our first session. We laid down drums for 4 songs, and it was John Rahilly who was drumming in our band at the time. We laid down drum tracks and bass tracks. Matt Terry had just joined the band.
Like a month before or something like that. It was,
Oh my.
yeah,
Oh,
one of
no.
these songs, we're gonna record them.
It was. And that was pretty much exactly what happened. And yeah, we just started like laying it down, kind of one piece at a time. We did it on tape, and that was a really cool process.
Yeah.
You know, working with Patrick. You know, Dan had gotten some experience working with him with the Pioneers. When they were making their record, they got a little bit of a head start on us. You know, we really had just kind of embraced the process, and as we kind of dug into what we were going to make, we really had a lot of fun with it. And we got to play with some cool keyboards and some synthesizers and some organ, and we did a lot of really interesting stuff with the tracks. And it was pretty much a big sound experiment that's come together.
And that was recorded with Patrick Himes at Real Love?
Yeah, we worked with Patrick at Real Love Recording Company here in Dayton. He's making great records, and we're just happy to be on board.
Yeah, it's gonna be another great year shaping up already. So
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the man is a wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible that one great record after the other, just doing some fantastic work. So I'm also curious. So, how do you guys write? What's your approach to creating a song?
Well, kind of right now, yeah, it's kind
starts
of
with you.
yeah. I mean, basically, I come to the band with chords and lyrics, and I mean, basically, what you hear me play is what I come to the band with. And typically, I mean, with these songs, we kind of worked it through. The Spaugy's next. They actually helped me finish arranging a number of these songs and kind of putting it together as a structure, and then we bring that into the band, and just everybody creates their own parts. I'm really into like kind of the collaborative element of songwriting and like building of a song, like a functional structure of it. But they're coming in mostly kind of pre-built, and everybody's just decorating it their own way. We have a saying: if it fits, it wins. If it has wings, it'll fly on its own. So it's just kind of everybody just throws their own spice into it, and we have a nice big music jambalaya.
So I think we should play something from the album, and you gave us a track that we've been playing, "Rely on Me,"
Mhm.
which I like a lot. Tell us about that song.
Oh man,
Key changes, lyric changes.
Yeah, for real. It started out in B flat and it ended up in A, and it started out as "You Can Rely on Me" and it ended up "You Can't Rely on Me." We laid down the drums and a lot of the guitars and stuff in the studio, and then I was like, well, I think I'm kind of bored of this And we rewrote the lyrics and kind of built it backwards. It was kind of an interesting experience, but
Had a couple guest musicians on it. Too.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Eric Reith did hand drums on it. Patrick did tambourines, did some backing vocals. David Payne did some backing vocals, and he actually arranged like the last section, the "You Can't Rely on Me" at the end. So he got some writing credit there, and it was a really fun collaborative project. It was like the last thing we kind of finished.
Well, let's listen to it. This is Age Nowhere, Rely on Me, from their album Airport Sounds. Everything sounds good to me. Are you guys comfortable?
Oh yeah, no, I gotta go get the mandolin.
No worries.
Sorry,
No
I'm
worries.
on board.
Oh no,
I
it's
didn't
fine.
see on accident.
I had a hard time. I was having a hard time hearing. I was wearing the headphones to check
I'm
myself.
not used to this neck.
Oh,
I think that's
there's a
why I
knob
did it.
right here, so if you need to turn it up or down.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did this.
I probably should have mentioned that earlier.
I was
And
wondering
that
why
will walk
there's-
him out.
I was wondering why there's no sound coming through. I was like, oh, these headphones are cool. Like,
Oh yeah, I probably,
don't want
when
that.
I leave, I turn everything down. Because usually when I come in after a student's had a show, things are usually turned way up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's one way to listen to stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I can judge.
We're gonna play
But I'm just thinking,
dopamine.
most of the people who use that hallway are not necessarily doing radio.
For whatever reason,
So I
we're
want to
playing
be respectful of our
Dayton.
neighbors.
No, we arranged it so that the songs he's playing aren't the ones we've kind of put together.
So it
to play.
became less optimistic and more pessimistic as the song evolved.
Quite.
It's just a totally different song. Like You Can Rely on Me was like this. I don't know. It was almost like a project song. Like not writing from perspective that was really real to me.
Yeah,
It was just kind of like this old soul song, you know.
yeah.
I don't know. I went through some things in my life and ended up with a song with a perspective I could relate a little bit more to.
Yeah. So do you tend to write from a kind of autobiographical or a personal perspective?
It kind of changes from song to song.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on what I'm working on.
Can you come on in, or is this interfering with your ability to hear?
No, not at all.
So I'll say I just got the door open. You got the door open your foot or anything? Yeah, it's gonna drop. Yeah, it just changes from song to song. You know, like sometimes I really need to write something, and
Yeah.
sometimes I just really want to.
Sure. I've got a friend who I think the world of as a songwriter, and I one time, it was me or Tracy, one of us asked him if he writes from a personal perspective, and he's like, oh no, I write stories.
Yeah.
None of the things I've ever written are about me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, okay.
Yeah,
It's
that
funny
is
how-
a really good cover up.
well,
Yeah, none of these are about me.
given that one of his songs is about a stripper, a female stripper, which probably heightened our curiosity. Like, is there a really fascinating story in here? He's like, no, I just wrote a story.
Yeah.
It's just a story. It's worth.
Yeah.
I think most of my stuff's actually kind of both. Like it has some reality to it, but also some
Yeah.
fiction to it, and that's something. Once again, I really embrace like the kind of the like how much can I screw with that dichotomy.
Oh, no, that's fair. That's fair. Well, it also must make it more interesting for you to be more creative in that way. Mm-hmm. As opposed to like, oh, this happened to me, so I'll write this lyric. This happened to me, so I'll write this next lyric. You're almost like limited then. If you-
Yeah, for sure. And,
Or at least you could. I don't mean to be disrespectful of people who take that approach.
for real. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I've written a lot of songs. I started doing this when I was pretty young. We were in a band in high school. So I
Oh,
started
the
writing,
three of you were?
Yeah, I started writing lyrics when I was like 14. And you just, I don't know, you just keep doing things and
Yeah.
you keep discovering new
Sure.
things. And like this album as a whole is part real and part not.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a big part of the whole, like, I guess just what it is.
Sure.
Like, I wasn't really trying to.
You say something?
So I was younger than all of them in school. I didn't really know them that well. Or I didn't know Matt and Dan at all. I knew Paul. But when I was in middle school, I went to see a high school band that was playing at the high school, and it was them. And they were doing like Zeppelin covers, like Black Sabbath
Oh,
and
really?
stuff. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
hard
and,
for me to picture you guys playing that
and,
stuff.
and they tore it up. They ripped it up. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But and then when I answered the ad to a band looking for a bassist, I didn't know it was them. And
Oh,
then-
really?
Yeah. And yeah.
It was really funny.
Right, small world stuff. Grew up around the corner from each other and everything.
Now we're a bunch of merry friends.
Yep.
Yeah, merry lads.
So are we good to jump in here?
Yeah.
You got what you need?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What song are we playing?
We're gonna do dopamine.
Move mine.
You're listening to your Tuesday afternoon alternative here on WUDR, Dayton, Ohio. A rock in the Gem City, music in all directions. Support your local music scene. We're here with Age Nowhere, playing some music. Yay! There we go. There we go. The first one was like a C-, the second one was an A. But no, in all seriousness, we're here celebrating the upcoming release this Saturday of their new album, Airport Sounds, at the Yellow Cab Tavern. Doors are early. I believe doors at 6,
Doors
music
at 6.
promptly at 7.
Music promptly at 7.
You want to come to this show, though. What a great lineup. You got the new Old Fashioned playing with them, our friend Seth Gilliam and the Fake News featuring the one and only Dan Spaugy, and as well as Charlie and Amanda Jackson, or as we like to call them in Dayton, the Jackson 2. Jackson 2. I know, it's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just too perfect. It is too good. It just makes me happy to say it, which I probably should move on to something else. Why is the album called Airport Sounds?
We all grew up, well, 4 of us grew up really close to the grounds of the airport, and we pretty much wanted to just write this album about home and create that kind of place, like that point of perspective for all of our stuff for our listeners. And the last song that we'll play actually from the album here in a little bit, really reflects upon the familiarity one finds in the sounds of where they're from. If you're from the country, you get used to all the the sounds of the country. If you're from the city, you get used to all the sounds of the city. If you're from a highway town or a town with an airport right by it, you get used to hearing the planes going over all the time. And that's something I've experienced throughout my life, and ended up writing a song about it.
So, can we jump into a song?
Yeah, we sure can. We'll actually play a song we released last year. This is a song of ours called Dopamine. You ready?
Sure.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tired eyes in the dark remain bright. Circadians a long ways down the line. Quiet lights, a lot of sleepless nights. So hear me as I slowly lose my mind. Dopamine, don't even sleep with me. 'Cause when you cry, I'm bound to hear the call. Oh, dopamine, don't even deceive me. One day you must watch me as I fall. My appetite puts up a fight. It gives way to insatiable thirst. The water's clean, free of amphetamine, and I can't tell if it's for better or for worse. Dopamine,
Dopamine from Age Nowhere here on your Tuesday afternoon alternative on WUDR, Dayton, Ohio. A rock in the Gem City, music in all directions. Support your local music scene. Now that was the first single?
Yeah, that was like the standalone single from last year.
It's such a good song. Why is it not on the record?
It just didn't. It was a couple reasons, really. One, we didn't record it on tape. And we recorded the rest of the record on tape, and it sounds very different from a production standpoint. And B, like last year, we were kind of in the spot where we were trying to book like as many shows as we could and really get out there. We didn't have any material out. You know, we're a pretty new band. We just started 2 years ago. Our record wasn't going to be done for another.
Right, this was actually recorded. Our album was almost done.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then we decided to do those 2 songs.
It's almost
put 'em out
exactly a
digitally.
year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
We recorded those too.
Yeah, we
So
recorded
yeah,
them
those
in
got
March,
recorded
April.
almost after the fact, and it was just to get some digital material out there for people to hear.
For sure, yeah. It's hard to get out there when you don't have anything out. you
That's
know?
fair. I remember when you sent it to us, people immediately gravitated towards it. It has a really, really compelling element to it, right? It's a driving song, in my opinion.
It was a lot of fun to make.
Yeah,
But
Paul.
what was it fun to make?
Yeah, Paul and Dan and I. Paul had the song. You had it for a while, but the 3 of us had a really fun time. One time, Paul came over on a Saturday morning and taught us the song, and we arranged all the electric guitar parts and made some tweaks. It just really came together. We recorded it pretty quickly too.
Yeah, we
if I
recorded
recall.
that and its companion song, the B-side, even Anarchy, in pretty much a single weekend.
Yeah.
We had we just went in there with them ready and just
Wow.
Uncle Patty had us in the tone zone.
Captain Punch.
I want to see that on a T-shirt.
Oh, great idea.
Uncle Patty's Tone Zone.
Exactly.
I'm sure we could find plenty of fine
Please
folks to
sign
fund
that.
that.
Oh yeah, we could do a Kickstarter, up money in no time.
I mean, anybody who's enjoyed Patrick's work is gonna know what you mean when you guys say stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. The Tone Zone is it's a place you go when you're in the studio there.
He's got so much, just so many cool toys and the knowledge of how to use the toys.
Mhm.
It's amazing, like you said earlier, he's a wizard.
So you, my friend, dear listener, need to get yourself to the show this Saturday at the Yellow Cab Tavern. Doors at 6, music starts promptly at 7. You have the Jackson 2, Charlie and Amanda, Seth Gilliam and the Fake News featuring Mr. Dan Spaugy, and you also have the New Old Fashioned, who I have yet to ever see give a bad show.
Yeah.
I think that's impossible. Though.
I just don't think I don't think they can. And there's another band playing named Age Nowhere you guys may have heard of.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Isn't that a Shrug song?
A lot of
Can we get
Is
another
it
one
Age
from
of
you
Nowhere?
guys?
Yeah, we gotta do a switch before.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we're gonna do
Oh,
some.
we're switching instruments
Yeah, we are.
around.
I gotta go.
So
out
for
there.
those of you who cannot see, Dan's got to grab a couple of things.
Okay.
So we're going to throw something in here to keep you company while we get ready. Since we've been talking about the name of the record, why don't we play the name of the record? Airport Sound. So did you guys all lived close to the airport?
Yeah, Paul, Dan, and Terry,
Yeah,
and
some of us still do too.
yeah, some of us
Oh,
work,
still?
work there, live there. Yeah.
That is nice.
Oh, the incidentals sound behind us always makes it cool.
Terry, why don't you move this time?
Here.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I'm comfortable.
No, you're not.
You're not comfortable about it?
I know I'm comfortable. That's why I don't want to move it. I got a
You picked the best
situation here.
spot.
Yeah, I know.
Is
I'm
this
not
a-
in the way. I'm
Yeah,
kinda off
you're
the
totally
side.
perfect.
Yeah.
I probably should look to see if people are asking questions. I'm being rude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm being rude.
Oh,
He will
Dan's
need
out.
someone to let him in.
Oh, sorry. This is hilarious. You got the door? She's gonna hate the
The door hitting in the rear.
Matt Spaugy.
People seem to really respond to it. I kid you not when I say we get calls on dopamine.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Harold Hensley just tells me I'm supposed to tell you that you're all perfect strangers. I have no idea what that means.
Tell Harold he took my heart.
I'm assuming you know what it means.
It's an Age Nowhere song.
Tell him that.
People love the guitars.
Tell him to take me home.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll build us a boat.
Did he spot one of us?
My
across
cousin,
the
my
road?
cousin Cheryl's listening from Alaska.
Oh, see, that's always so cool. I love that can. I think the cameras are actually pretty well positioned from what I can tell.
Hi, Cheryl.
How are you?
You're watching the live
Keep
feed.
go. Keep go.
Get muscle.
But yeah, the just a couple of questions I think that we've kind of covered. So, but someone did ask. Clearly, knowing that you're in Neo-American Pioneers as well, don't you play keyboard? Doesn't Paul play keyboards? So I'm going to turn that into a question. Cool. Paul, you play multiple instruments, don't you?
I guess I do now.
Actually, yeah, we all do. Seth plays like a lot of
Yes.
stuff.
Well, you play a bunch of things. I was trying to think. There was some show.
Terry plays just about anything.
Was it like
Yeah.
Oscars or something?
Yeah, probably.
Where you played a couple of different instruments. You switched from guitar to banjo.
Oh, yeah.
Shelby Love
Yeah,
Brothers.
Show the Love
Something.
Brothers.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I tried.
As someone who wishes he had any musical talent, I'm just a little jealous.
It's not always you know. I don't know.
Cocked up to me.
I will be in the shower and I will compose the lyrics to a song. I will get out of the shower and boom, it's gone.
It's crazy how many ideas you gain in the shower.
Seriously, is it the water? What's going on?
I think it's kind of like the door theory. Like you know,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you go into a room, you're like, why did I come in here? I think that happens with the shower.
Well, I have also noticed that in the summertime, I usually get a rec pass here because it's much cheaper. And like I swim a little, poorly, but I swim a little.
Like a
And
doggy paddle.
I do something.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting around. That's all that
Exactly. My dad's answer to how are you doing today? Still breathing.
Yeah.
So I would be in the pool swimming around and I just like, oh, would an E major go to, you know, and I don't have any musical ideas, so it's weird that I'm in water and I suddenly get musical ideas about how certain chords might flow together. And then by the time I get to like a notepad that's in the locker, it's gone.
You don't have the reverb when you're out of the water. Yeah.
Yeah. I do that in the car a lot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I deliver pizzas for a living, so like I drive around all night and I'm just like, that's a cool riff.
Motion probably, yeah, I would think motion would help unlock things. So like, Paul Westerberg had this great conversation with an interviewer where he talked about he used to write in his parents' basement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of grew up and the band was okay and he moved out on his own and he still felt like he needed to write in the basement until one day he woke up like, why am I sitting here in the basement? You know, and realized that he could sit on the couch in the living room and try to write a song there.
Oh, wow. He's funny.
So like, how do you write, Paul?
It's just it's kind of fickle. It just kind of is where it is.
Okay, so it's not like you're in a certain room or place.
No, it's also. I finished There's a War in Dan's house while he was on vacation. I was cat sitting.
Yeah.
You know,
Same here with Margot.
I've written
Hey,
songs
I've
for
seen
Paul.
Margot. I have much love for your
Yeah.
kitties.
Right back at you. Those tuxies are.
Can't believe this,
Oh, aren't
this
they
is
cute?
good on radio.
They're so cute.
I love all their different patterns, you know, they all
Oh,
have different,
yeah.
different little outfits and goatees and bow ties.
Someone's going crazy here. Is that you?
Patrick's a big combination.
That was Patrick's
This-
trick box.
This is interesting.
Groovy.
Okay, there's some interesting things happening at the end of that song. So what's going on there?
We went to outer space and got a sample.
I'm sorry to everybody else, but comment of the day goes over there.
Well, Billy
Uncle
joined,
Daddy.
Billy joined the Space Force, remember?
Yeah.
Our buddy Billy Swain.
Yeah.
He went to space and captured some space sounds.
Yeah.
It's not really.
But what is happening there? Is that Dan going crazy?
It's a lot
or-
of things.
Yeah, there's a lap steel with a lot of delay and twisting the time and sustain on that to get the whooshy noises. Some synthesizers.
Patrick used a Juno, right? Is that the thing?
Yeah, we used a Roland Juno and
Stylophone.
yeah, there's a stylophone, a couple other synthesizers,
Guitars layered.
layered, and some
Patrick
delay,
used a
time bombs and stuff.
Double speed thing with the tape and the guitar.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Lowered the
Oh,
pitch.
yeah, oh, sped it up.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
I mean, it's just it's airport
I was
sounds.
kind of scared.
So is it meant to evoke like a plane taking off? Because it kind of sounds like that
It's
to me.
like a plane crashing.
What does it do?
Oh, you have to take it negative, Matt.
Kind
You
of
have to
like life and birth and death, and it's just like this big moment, and just all of a sudden everything just kind of changes.
Oh, that's brilliant. You can get more deep philosophy like that this Saturday.
It's gonna be fun to try to replicate that one live.
Oh yeah.
That would also go good on a T-shirt. So can we get that song from you guys?
What?
You
What's
want,
that?
Airport sounds?
You want? Okay, we can do it.
Sure.
You guys down?
Yeah.
What do you want to play on it?
We got one more for you
I'll
after
just
that, if
strum
that's
along.
cool.
You can do anything you
You
like.
want to play guitar?
I don't care.
So while they're deciding, let me just give you the details one more time. 6 o'clock adore, 7 o'clock is music. Charlie and Amanda Jackson will be there. Seth Gilliam and the Fake News, the New Old Fashioned. A little band called Age Nowhere as well. Lots of great stuff happening in the city of Dayton. We are happy to tell you that our friends Biscuits and Gravy, the Mr. Harold Hensley, golden voice of Dayton's root music, will be here along with our good friend Cassie. That's right, Miss Cherry Lee herself of Cherry Lee and the Hot Rod Hounds. Together they're Biscuits and Gravy, which should make you hungry for good music. Yeah, I went there with the food analogy. And also, up ahead, we've got Starving in the Belly of the Whale. We've got A Voice of Your Own coming in. We've got Sad Box. I'm probably forgetting somebody. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
So just sit back, relax, and enjoy what Dayton has to offer.
And this is the title track of our album.
I've had enough with this old dance. Feels like we never had the chance to make our presence known. We've danced enough, it's time to go. Until I see you again, I assume you'll be sitting under the same old maple tree, shading the whole backyard. Since we were kids playing in the dark, there'll still be a highway hum to take your mind off what's been done, and there'll still be airport sounds to drown out the sour taste in your mouth. I've had enough with this routine. I've sang this song 1,000 times, it seems. So I'm taking a red-eye flight. I'm sipping makers at an airport bar tonight. Don't I get straight into the mirror? What sort of man do we have here? Fingertips cold and numb, waiting on a day that'll never come. all the people walk up to the gate straight by the coffee shop, listening to the airport sounds, noticing how they seldom turn around. Turn around. There'll still be a highway hum in the air over the town where you're from. There'll still be a glassy shine when you knock the cobwebs from your eyes, listening to the engines hum, kicking on the bar stool like a drum, listening to the airport sounds, drown out the sour taste in your mouth.
You're listening to Age Nowhere here on WUDR, Dayton, Ohio. Just so much fun to have you guys here. I have to admit, that was really cool, Seth, what you were doing there. When you started spinning. That added a neat texture. For a moment as a radio DJ, you're
You
like,
can swirl it.
you're thinking, oh, wait, is that hiss? Hiss is evil. And then I look over and I'm like, oh, no, he's doing that.
What's funny is we've never played it like that before. So
Oh, really?
That was just some fun experimentation, I guess.
It totally works.
Yeah,
Some tips you picked up in
pretty much winged that.
Well, I think that was really neat to hear the album track and then to hear the live track to compare.
Yeah,
I love that sort of thing.
definitely got a, totally different room, totally different vibe.
I didn't like the capo there, but
Should we go back and do it again?
No, I think everybody's heard now.
Version number 3.
We actually put a song together just for you, Art.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
We learned it.
You'll know it.
Yeah, you'll know it.
I know it right away.
Says our boy Seth here rolls in on the banjo. You'll know which one this is. But yeah, I wanted to. There's a couple things I was, during that song I was thinking. There's a couple things I hadn't mentioned. One, tickets for the album release show are on sale. We listed all the bands that are playing with us, but we have some guest musicians who are playing as well. And I haven't really told anybody exactly who all is going to be there. So if you're out there listening right now, Chris Blank and Eric from Nasty Bingo and Old News, and they're going to be there. We're going to have Evan DeVille from Lioness,
And every other band.
Black Sabbath, Neon Worship, Floodwalker, every other band in town. Evan's going to be playing with us, and Patrick, the wizard himself,
Yay!
Captain Wizard Punch himself.
There'll be some surprise.
we'll be on keys the whole
He got
night.
promoted.
We'll be on
to
keys
Admiral.
all night.
We'll have that T-shirt ready to go.
We're going to have
About the tone zone.
It is going to be a hoot nanny.
yeah, that is going to be a hoot nanny indeed. So
Captain Punch.
yeah, Captain Punch.
Come early and stay late.
Okay, so
Exactly.
is that a radio discussable story? Where does that count?
Captain
How much
Punch.
that
Yeah, yeah,
comes
yeah.
from?
Yeah. Punches you in.
When somebody hits a jazz chord, messes up, he's really good at punching you in and
So the
making it
tape-
all better.
It's hard to do on tape, but he
So-
can hit the button at the right moment to make everything flow right.
I mean, to explain, so what happens when you're recording, let's
Yeah.
say you do a whole guitar line, there's one place, like my brother said, you hit a sour chord, you can go in there and play along with it, and as soon as we're coming up to that part, he can hit record on there, then hit out, and it can re-record over.
You just gotta patch in and
And I mean,
That's a master.
Of course, there's
Dan started calling him Captain Punch. And
I love it.
It's
So
cheeky.
it's kind of a derivative
Six.
of Captain Crunch.
It's kind of cheeky because
Hawaiian
Well,
punch.
I don't know what the captain can do musically, but I do know what Patrick can do.
He's the captain.
he is the captain that makes things happen.
Punch ties me, Cap.
he's about punched me before now. I deserve it though.
How about an Uncle Tupelo tune for you though?
All my daydreams are a disaster. prediction. And although he's getting old, Mr. Browning has a prediction. We've all been told. So come on back from New York City. Roll your trucks in at dawn. Walk with me to the fountain and hold onto my arm. Wonder what you did. Roll me under the mattress. Shake my baby and please bring me back. Death won't leave me still. Carries over the landfill. Buries us all in its broken back.
Oh, lovely, lovely. New Madrid, originally recorded by Uncle Tupelo for their last record, Anodyne, for those keeping track, a Jeff song. But a brilliant rendition. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, thanks for having us.
That is one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me on this show. Other bands, I'm looking at you. You need to step up your game now. I'm expecting some really cool covers, other bands. Oh, I'm kidding, of course. Thank you guys so much for coming in. This has been great fun. You can see Age Nowhere at Yellow Cab Tavern this Saturday. Doors are at 6. Music starts promptly at 7. You got tons of great guests. $7 in advance through Eventbrite. $10 night of show. You definitely want to make plans for this. You guys are so great. This has been so much fun. Would you come back sometime?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Anytime.
And of course, the most important question of all, if someone cannot make the show, first of all, shame. Shame on them. But if they cannot make the show, are there other ways they can get the album?
Absolutely. If you're not able to make the show, if you're local to the Dayton area, feel free to stop by Omega. We're gonna hit up a few copies over there. Pretty much anywhere around town that we can find that will have our record there. We'll be doing copies like that, or you can order it straight off our website, agenowhere.com. We're gonna have online ordering set up. I wanted to do pre-sale. I don't think that's going to happen, but we're going to have that up early next week, so you can buy the record or the CD straight, and we'll ship it to you. If you're local and we know you, might just give you a call and yeah. But yeah, and if you're ever out at any other show we play, we'll always have the records and CDs with us.
Well,
And,
quite a few shows coming up in April, so.
we sure do.
And
Maybe.
Yeah,
Make sure all the local Kmart's have them.
we'll.
So they'll be available,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, and you can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, Google, Amazon. I'm sure we'll have it. And we'll have it on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. And
So is that happening on Saturday?
The magic button gets pressed on Saturday. So if you're up late Friday night, you'll probably be able to pop on Spotify and hear it right at midnight.
Oh, there you go. Ooh, that sounds fun. You know what sounds more fun? Actually going to the show. Going to the show sounds like more fun to me.
The lights are gonna be a lot
You
prettier.
could
than the
just do
show.
both.
Yeah.
You listen to it at midnight and then be like, I want to go to that show. And then go to said show.
Hey.
I like how you're thinking.
It's so
It's a
logical.
win-win.
Yeah.
So you've been listening to Age Nowhere here on your Tuesday afternoon alternative. We got to play another song from the new record. Is it okay to play New Sheriff?
Oh,
in town?
please do.
yeah.
People normally don't say no, please, stop, don't.
No, y'all really enjoy this one. This is a lot of fun.
So we can either say goodbye after this, or you're free to go.
We'll do it. We'll say goodbye.
We'll say goodbye after
We'll
this.
put these
But
on.
it might be easier to get your stuff
We'll
out of
get
the
your
way.
stuff Okay. What's your chair? I'm gonna cut straight out.
I think you like this song.
Yeah.
I do.
There is a door stop behind there, but it's probably impossible to get to.
Yeah, it's buried somewhere.
Oh, I got it.
This is mine, right?
Pull this back so that we can move. Oh, thank you, sir. Teamwork, look at that.
Look at that, makes the brain work.
Pardon me, sir?
This is totally yours.
Oh, you didn't need to do that. Thank you. Oh. Wait. I can see where this must have been fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Okay, 30 people have watched it so far.
30.
It's always crazy.
We need more zeros. We need
Well,
more.
it's funny. I've always been surprised. Like with one of our biggest folks who came in, Seth